Going on, what family? Tonight, I'm going to take you on a short ride. I'm leaving a friend's house. We're going to get on the Aniioki A8 72 volt, one of my favorite e-bikes. Now, this is going to be a short ride. Again, it's not going to be more than probably 20 minutes. But sometimes you don't need a long ride, right? There's just something different about taking a short night ride to clear your mind. And here's what you need to understand, right? The streets feel different at night. The air feels different at night. Everything feels different at night. And everything kind of slows down just enough for you really to enjoy the ride. And when you're on a machine like this Aniioki 72 Aniioki, that feeling gets taken to another level. So in this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the ride. You see right now, let me make a left here. I'm going to go take the sidewalk till we get to hiatus. When we get to hiatus, I'm going to go south. Oh, you hear those brake rub? That's going to drive me insane, people. I tested this bike out. I didn't have any issues with the brakes. And then on this ride, I rode from my house to my friend's house, played some cards tonight, and I started getting brake rubs. So I have to readjust that. But no big deal. I'll do that next time. All right, we're here at Ibis. Let's see if I can get across. Beautiful. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's ride. Let's pick up the speed here real quick. Bro, this bike has some serious power. It is crazy how fast this bike is. Super, super, super windy. Red light, red light. Oh shoot, I see lights behind me. Are they coming for me? Oh shoot, I think they're coming for me, guys. Damn, they got me. Just kidding. It's an app. By the way, I'm in Florida. Cops don't really pay attention to e-bikes here in South Florida anyway. So here we go. As I was saying, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the ride, the feel, how different it is to ride at night. And when you have a bike like this one, you know, every time I throw my leg over it, it's like a different experience. So, night riding is one of those things that not everybody understands until they actually do it. And I personally don't do it often. I think I really need a solid bike, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I really don't ride at night often. But during the day, there's always something going on. Here's what I mean by that. During the day, there's a lot of traffic. In South Florida, there's a lot of heat, a lot of noise, more people are moving around. Sometimes that energy is just a little bit too much. Sometimes you want that hustle. You know me, I want to hustle, and at night it becomes a different experience. At night, it feels like the world gives you a little bit more space. You get to focus more on the ride itself. You notice the sound of the tires at the pavement. You notice the motor responding a little bit more. You're more attentive, which you pay more attention to your surroundings. And if you are on a comfortable bike, it almost becomes third to ride at night, right? It's one of the reasons why I enjoy these night rides. Yeah, even though I don't do that often, they're not always going to be like, listen to the case. Not always going to be about speed, not always about range, not reviewing a bike at night. They're not always about testing limits. Sometimes that is just about enjoying the moment. And when you are riding something like 72 volt Aniioki A8, Even a simple short ride like this one gives you a totally different vibe. Now, let's take a quick minute and talk about the 72 volt A8. It is one of those bikes that, without a doubt, grabs attention immediately. Not just because of the way it looks, but because of the presence it has on the road. It doesn't feel like some average e-bike. It feels powerful. It feels planted. It feels like a serious machine. And at night, that feeling stands out even more. When you're riding after dark, confidence on the bike, you know, right? You want a bike that feels stable. You want a bike that responds when you need it to respond. You want a bike that doesn't make you second guess yourself every time the road changes. You either bump on the road, a car comes near you or behind you. That's something I really appreciate about this bike. It has the strength. It has it's firmly planted to the road, right? It makes the ride more enjoyable, and for me, less stressful. Because I'll be honest, riding it back can be a little stressful because of the darkness, especially if you're riding an area that you're not very familiar with. Now, I am taking a very familiar route. I know the roads. There's no potholes or stuff that I need to worry about on this road. As you can tell, there's very little traffic. It's a one lane road. The speed limit on this road is 45 miles an hour, and most people don't really go that fast on this road. It's kind of quiet, right? But when you again when you're riding after dark, your confidence really matters, and it's extremely important. So here's another thing you need to understand about this bike. This is a 72 volt bike, so being on a 72 volt platform, regardless of the bike, those that have ridden a 72 bike know that we're talking. The big talking point about 72 volt platform is the power, right? That power gives a bike a different personality. Here we yep, we're going to be hanging the left here on orange. And again, as you can see, it's just me in the darkness. We're going to see very little traffic here. But going back to 74 factor, that power gives the bike a different personality. You really feel the acceleration strength that it has. You feel the bike you feel the bike more alive. And it reminds you that you're riding something special. Even on a show ride like this, you can really feel it. This isn't the type of bike that this isn't your average bike. Right? 72 volts, that's linked out there. And when you get out of it, you really can tell that it is something special. And this bike is no different. I said this before and I'll say it again, is that e-bikes give people freedom in a way that a lot of folks either don't understand because they haven't been on an e-bike or they just feel that bike really feel that freedom. You know, you're out there moving under your own terms. Gas station stops, traffic stress like you get in the car, no feeling boxed in, just you, the machine, and the road ahead. One of the things I love about riding, it gives you the chance to reset mentally. It gives you a chance to think, I like to when I'm out here at night, I'm riding at night. Uh, 1 second, 'cause I probably am going to go on Griffin. That's the orange. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Griffin. So, uh, so once I get on Griffin, once I make this left hand turn here on Griffin, just a straight shot to the house. So that's why I decided to take Griffin. Although there's gonna be more traffic on Griffin, but it's late, 10 o'clock at night, so probably not gonna be that much traffic. But as I was saying, that's one thing that I love about riding. Riding, keep transportation, as I mentioned. And let's be honest, life moves fast, business moves fast, responsibility piles up, stress shows up whether you're invited or not. So when you get a chance to step away, even for a show like this, it recommend that you actually sometimes a ride is will help you go. At least it helps. Now, um, if you follow the channel, right, you already know I've written a lot of different bikes. Some bikes will are built for value or give you value, right? Some bikes are built for power, some bikes for comfort, some are better for delivery, some are more fun. But this E8 is, especially the 72 volt version, really stands out. Here's why. Because it gives you that feeling that the bike has more to offer. You know, again, not like any other bike. This bike really gives you that special factor. Now, having said that, and I'm going to go back to about riding at night. It is fun, but it requires different level of awareness. When you ride at night, visibility becomes everything. And it becomes an issue, right? If you got to be aware of the cars, be aware of the road conditions. You got to be aware of people who are not paying attention. So when I ride at night, me personally, being visible, being seen is hugely important. And I recommend that you ride at night, do the same. So there's a couple of things that you probably can't tell in the video, but you probably saw it when I took off. I put extra lights on everything. The pedals on these lights are from a specific company that I'll put the information down in the description. They're LED lights. They flash. Extra flashing like that. My helmet flashes with lights, right? I want to be seen. It's important, uh, going out there and be seen. That makes a world of difference, especially when you're riding a high-powered bike that goes as fast as this. Because I'm telling you, people, most drivers are looking for cars. They're not looking for motorcycles and even less e-bikes. So anyway, in that ride, let me just finish by saying this. Don't assume that drivers are going to see you when they ride at night. Here we go, guys. And the last thing I'm going to say about, night rides or short rides like this, I recommend that if you do this, you're going to see, you're probably going to experience what I experienced at short rides. It allows me to clear my head, reset. It reminds me why I bought a bike in the first place and why I like to ride in the first place. And it can inspire me to think of things for my next video, right? For my next idea, for my next adventure. That's how I look at it when I ride at night. This wasn't a giant mission. This was just a ride to get home, even my friend's house, right? But right now, guys, just get closer to the house. I'm just going to play some music. You guys enjoy this ride, and I'll give you my final thoughts when we get home. All right, my WAD family, that is going to be it for this night ride. It's just a short, I think it took me, 20 minutes to get here? The video is going to be 20 minutes. Anyway, it's a nice ride on the 72 volt Aniioki A8, and it's a good reminder sometimes simple rides end up being the most enjoyable ones. I really enjoyed that ride. So, anyways, coming into the shop here, I want to remind you guys, don't forget, ride, hustle, repeat.